Okay, we are live. All right, you guys, Bob Vernon Kidder back again. How's everybody doing on their end? uh, well, I'm here to deliver my final theme Q&A of 2014, especially for the month of December. Got it on. Kind of apologize for the short notice, but I was able to get a fair amount of questions, especially on the announcement vid. But as always, for all those who are watching, you are allowed to ask me questions about those robots in disguise, the Transformers. As always, 4 questions of pop for anybody. But I'm going to answer the questions that are on the announcement vid first, and then you guys can just start leaving your questions in the comment section, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. So we're going to be here maybe I'm not going to try to go too long with this, but long enough for you guys, for me, and for you to hang out and enjoy talking about those robots in disguise, the Transformers. And like I said, no question is off limits in terms of, but just remember, guys, in terms of the movie-wise, I've only seen 2 of the Transformers movies. I saw 1 and 2, and I was done after that. I don't have a lot of, I wouldn't say nice things, but just I really don't have a big opinion on Bay's portrayal of them. Okay, so let's get to these questions, shall we? All right, we're gonna get to the questions. Let's see, comment section. Okay. So the one thing that was also being asked was, I didn't know if I was going to do this live or was I going to do it pre-recorded. So I said, let me knock it out live. I got one person said do it live. So let's start off with we're going to go from bottom, work my way up. So Perry King asks me his 4 questions. All right. First question is, what would Optimus think of Leader 1 from GoBots? I wasn't a big fan of GoBots. I really wasn't. Yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of. I'm a child of the 80s, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of GoBots. Perry. So I can't really answer that in the sense of making sense of it. But as the character of Optimus Prime, he would find it very interesting, as we all know Optimus would. So yeah. What are your favorite characters from Beast Wars? All right. Beast Wars, yeah, good stuff right there. I remember when Beast Wars was out, I was in, I believe I was in 5th grade, I believe. I was still in elementary school, grade school. But I would always hear friends talking about Rat Trap and this and that, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? There's no Transformers called Rat Trap. Yeah, there is, and next thing you know, tune in to watch. I'm like, oh, that's Rat Trap, Beast Wars. My favorite characters, one gotta be Cheetor. I thought he had good character development over the 3 seasons they had. Well, technically, yeah, 3 seasons, and then it spun off into that Beast Machines spinoff. Of course, Optimus Primal. I just thought he died more than original G1 Optimus. Tigatron, I loved. I thought Tigatron was great. I really wish he didn't merged with Air Razor, the only female of the team. Dinobot, of course, was great. You know, it was Dinobot's episode, Mark Code of Honor, getting the name of it, but it actually won a daytime Emmy, where he died protecting early man. He protected them from the Predacons. That was a good episode. That's one of my favorite episodes too. I liked Quick Strike because I thought he was just goofy and goofy. Quick Strike was one of the Fusor, but he was a Predacon. He was a mixture of a snake and scorpion. I thought he was interesting. Death Charge was cool. Him and Rampage, because they reminded me of Wolverine and Sabretooth. They had like a huge grudge with each other. There's a lot of characters that I like on Beast Wars. What would happen if Megatron met Beast Wars / Beast Machine's counterpart? Well, technically, they're not the Predacons in the Beast Wars and the Maximals are the descendants of the Decepticons and the Predacons are descendants of the Decepticons. Maximals are descendants of the Autobots, and we did get to see. Well, we didn't really get to see G1 Megatron meet Megatron of the Beast Wars. You know, I mean, he did take G1 Megatron's spark, because he figured, okay, if Optimus Primal could do that, take original Optimus Prime spark and merge it with him, and that's why in the 3rd season Optimus got all big like that. He thought it would work for him, and it kind of did. It turned him into a dragon after I think he fell into lava. He fell into lava, and somebody pushed him in it too. I forgot who did it. But yeah, he came out as a dragon. And but if G1 Megatron, that's what you said, right? Megatron was to meet those, I think he would. I don't know if he'd be impressed, because it's hard to impress Megatron, and he's so full of himself, and the big ego that robot's got. So even he would probably be like, okay, you may have my namesake, but you're nothing like me. That's pretty much the way I look at it. Let's see, Perry, what's your next question? Okay, which Transformers toys did you own when you were a kid? Pretty much all the G1 toys, all of them. My dad used to get them for me. If it wasn't that, it was He-Man. It was Thundercats. I had them all. I had them all as a kid. So I had them all, and then I just leave them out on the floor, and then I have like other people clean up my toys for me. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I had them all. I had all the G1 series. I had all. You name it: Ironhide, Ratchet, Bumblebee, Megatron, Blitzwing, Starscream, Thundercracker, you name it, I had them all. I had them all. Good times, good times. Thanks, Perry, for those questions. Let's move on to Shadow Goth Ryu. Hey, Devin. He says, hey, Mr. New York brother, how are you doing? Hope everything is well on your end. Here are my questions for this kid. Okay. All right. First question is, would you like to see a Transformers series that doesn't take place on Earth, but instead takes place on Cybertron? We kind of got that in the last well, it was kind of like the finale of Prime, the Transformers Prime series that came on the hub, or what they call it now, Discovery Kids now. I think that's the name of the network. It had nothing to do with Earth. It took place all on Cybertron. But I think the reason why Earth is kind of such a key setting for the Transformers is because of humans play like a big role in the Great War, and we saw that, like, they played a big role in the winning of the Great War in terms of they were great allies to the Autobots, and it's kind of the humans that kind of helped the Autobots victorious over the Decepticons. But I wouldn't mind seeing a new series just take place right on Cybertron. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see, Devin, what's your next question? James Cameron, Ridley Scott, or J.J. Abraham, who would you like to see the creative team take on the Transformers movie franchise? All right, so we got Ridley Scott, J.J. Abraham, and James Cameron. All right. I don't see James Cameron doing it. I mean, Ridley Scott doing it. JJ probably could. I could see JJ, Mr. Abraham, actually having a good creative mind behind it. The only problem with James, Mr. Cameron, is like, he'd probably just take too damn long. It'd be like so long. But it could be worth the wait if Cameron had got a hold of it. But I think for Cameron, I think him and JJ would really capture the essence of the Transformers more than Bay did. I think those two would look at the source material more than Bay has, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, that was your second question. Third question. If I'm not mistaken, has Dan Abnett and Andy Lannon did a run on Transformers comic? I think not. I don't think they did. Let me make sure. I want to make sure. I don't think they have. I could be wrong, but let me make sure. Let me see. I forget he's bald. Let's see. Just making sure. All right. I got a better idea. Let me look. Oh, wait. He did. That's right. He did. Andy did. But it was when Transformers was still under Marvel. He did. It was like more of a text story. It wasn't really like a comic. But yeah, he did. I don't think. I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about his partner Andy, but I know Dan did. So yeah, you are correct. Who's your favorite? What's your favorite Transformer G1 episode? Man, that's a tough one right there. I love when the Dinobots came into the picture, because it was like they were so powerful, and you know, the thing is, Ratchet helped create them, but it was more of Wheeljack who created them. I think people get it confused that, yeah, but Wheeljack created them after Spike. I remember vividly because the team, since the Ark, the Autobot ship is in a was crashed into like a volcano. One day, a wall opened up, and they could see, like, on the other side of the wall, because it was hollow, they saw bones, and they saw dinosaur bones. So Spike took Wheeljack and Ratchet to a museum and showed them dinosaurs and things like that. And they were like, you know, we probably create a couple of them, and they did. And the thing was, they were really primal and at first, and they just, this was like kind of too dangerous. But then you saw once again, you started to see the character development of the Dinobots over the course of the seasons. They became less uncooperative and more primal to be very much a part of the team. To, you know, even instead of, because in the beginning, Megatron used to always be able to trick Grimlock and all them, like, because they really had like kind of like that, the brain of a dinosaur, you know. So they always, you know, Grimlock, you know, and Swoop, you know, Slim don't care, you know, Swoop follow whoever leader and things like that. And they had Grimlock actually, Megatron had Grimlock actually fight, turn on Optimus. Actually, Grimlock and Optimus fought, and it wasn't until Grimlock saw Optimus take a bullet for him, and he was like Optimus leader, you know, and you know, he was able. And then later on, in the series, they found out that there was an island somewhere out in the Pacific or so that actually had real dinosaurs on there, and the Dinobots went to that island to protect it from the Decepticons, and that's where they kind of stayed on Dinosaur Island, which was cool. But like I said, that was a good episode. Man, there was so many good episodes from the G1 series. I loved when the Constructicons first came, and you know, the original Insecticons first came. And, man, it was just a bunch. That was really good stuff. I still just can't get over, you know, Spike, which his real name was Witwicky, is Spike Witwicky, and his dad's name is Sparkplug. It's not even a nickname. It was just what it is. Funny, but yeah, that was fun. All right, so moving on to the next question. Black Doggy Clark. Don't mind that. That's my bell. My bell. Your thoughts on the Armada series? I like Transformers Armada. I thought that was a good series as well. The artwork was really good. Starscream really shined in that series. They really made Starscream shine in that. I was really impressed by that. Gary, what's his name? Clark was a good Megatron. Excuse me. He was a good Optimus, actually. But I did enjoy the Armada series. I still have it, actually. I think I stopped watching when Transformers was on Cartoon Network, when they really started, when the animation got really clunky, and you know, it was that CGI mixed with the animation. I was like, oh, I can't watch this no more. You know, they tried to have that hip hop like Transformers theme. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. Some things you can't Yeah, that was bad. All right, so next question is, okay, let's see. What else you got me? Have you played the old PS2 Transformers game? I vaguely remember it. I think I have, but I don't own it. So no, I not really. I can't. I vaguely remember it, Doggy. Your next question is favorite newer Transformers game. The uh the current ones look really good. Which I still have to play actually. So much stuff I gotta play, guys. I'm not even joking about that. The current ones definitely look good. I like the fact that yeah, Grimlock, you can play with Grimlock. You know, I'm like, ooh, okay. You know, so I still got some stuff to catch up on, guys. Even the Omni Geek Highlord. See. All right, so Lost Senpai, hey, um, would you rather be an Autobot or a Decepticon and why? Oh, that's easy. Autobot. Autobot. Why? Because I just can't see myself being a conniving piece of garbage like a Decepticon. Backstab. I mean, they'll backstab each other. I mean, say no more. They'll backstab each other. It's not like they're oh yeah, hurrah, yeah, we work together. Almost every one of them has something like, yeah, you know, watch out for that one. You know, if I get the chance, I'll kill him. You know, and we've seen that throughout the series of Transformers. Just because Megatron may be leading, don't mean all of them actually kind of want to follow his lead. See, but with Optimus, he's a great leader, and and all of the Autobots respect him for that. For me, yeah, I would be an Autobot. You know, I don't know what I'd call myself or what I would transform into, because my favorite cars, they're already Transformers that transform into that. Ferrari is a Transformer to turn into that. I think that's Hot Streak. Sunstreak, excuse me. Lamborghini, his brother turns into that. So yeah, yeah, they're Transformers brothers, guys. they're not just. Yeah, well, Simp I only had 3. Okay, but thank you guys for those questions. So all Simp Law, thank you. Black Doggy, thanks. Shadow Goth and Perry King, thank you very much. So let's move on to Dano Nivri. Hey, okay, Chris, because I'm feeling lazy, I'm gonna just ask the questions I asked Deadpoolzilla on his Transformers. Okay. Number 1, as I am sure you're aware, there was gonna be a Justice League Transformers crossover. My question is, what heroes and Autobots would you team up and fight which villains? Okay. My guess is, I guess the core Justice League team and the core Autobot team, in my opinion. So that's I would go with Optimus, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Jazz, and Wheeljack. As for the villain, it would take something. I was assuming to be just the Justice League, or I mean, I was assuming it's probably be Darkseid, or oh no, even better, the Decepticons teaming up with Brainiac. There you go. And then in the end, Brainiac would turn on, wasn't it? So yeah. Next question is, out of all the Transformers crossovers, which one was your favorite? Transformers New Avengers I enjoyed. I thought that was really good. I love seeing Cap and Optimus talking to each other. That was really cool. Of course, Transformers and G.I. Joe was good. So yeah, there's a couple. Next question is, okay, here's one new question. Okay, he said, okay, I lied. Here's one new question. How cool would a Transformers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover or a Transformers Masters of the Universe crossover be? It sounds cool, yeah, but then the hard part would be how to do it on paper. What would bring the Autobots and the Turtles together, or the Autobots and He-Man, the Eternians together? You know, that'd be kind of interesting. To me, the only way I could, personally, for the Decepticons, like, what if Eternia is rich in energon, and so that would bring maybe the Decepticons there. But the Decepticons get a rude awakening when He-Man and the rest of the Masters get involved, and you know, because as we all know, Megatron, he feels that, you know, the humans are weak, you know, fleshlings and flesh bots. That's what they call them. You know, they're weak. You know, but next thing you know, you get He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, come and, you know, break one of their arms and just toss them. And it's like, oh, okay, who's this guy? You know, that'd be kind of funny. With the Turtles, it'd be kind of interesting, but I know Mikey would flip the hell out. Like, dude, talking robots. You know, Donnie would be so impressed. Like, okay, where are you guys from? Like, how are you able to do this? It'd be great. I think Optimus would really respect Leo's leadership. And I think Ironhide and Raph would kind of be like this, you know, because Ironhide could be a hothead too sometimes. You know, like, go watch the original G1 series. Ironhide was a hothead. He was a hothead. It was like, God damn, he's like, and he had that strong, like, southern accents. And he's like, I'm gonna rook him down, Optimus. And I'm he's just laughing at it, like, you know. It was so funny, but it's classics. That stuff right there, you can't fake. It was just great. So yeah, let's move on. Next question. Burnouter 7. You asked me, what did you think of the Michael Bay movies of Transformers? All right, look. I enjoyed the first one. I still can watch the first one. The second one just was. That's where it was just like, what the hell? Didn't watch the third one. Didn't watch the last one. Because I just don't care anymore. I really don't. My problem with the second one in terms of is the characters in terms of Optimus. Just the way Optimus was freaking talking, and I'm like, that is not Optimus. You're completely missing the essence of Optimus Prime. You know, if he has to fight, yeah, but he is not bloodthirsty like he was. Like, you just hear him talking. I'm like, that ain't him. Like, he's like saying, I'm like, you know, like, yeah, give me your, yeah, that one, like, yeah, give me your face. And I'm like, what? Like, or, you know, I'll take all of you on. I'm like, Optimus is not that brash and headstrong to take on every Decepticon by himself. I'm just like, no, that wasn't it. I couldn't, you know. And then the Fallen, oh my God, worst villain ever. I mean, he comes down like all tough, you know, and then what happened? After that, you know, in the third one, didn't watch, and then the fourth one, they bring the Dinobots in, and I didn't care. I'm sorry. You know, if anybody else likes it, that's fine. I have no grudge against any of you liking Bay's Transformers, but for me, I just couldn't. It's just that nostalgic, old school Transformers feel for me was just so present. I just couldn't like it. Steve Jablowski's theme, his score, beautiful. I'll give him that. I'll give the scores were beautiful, but I no. What do you think of a Transformers Terminator crossover? I don't know, because that's a big step. You know, you're going far into the future now. Transformers are not really in the future, so you know, but it'd be kind of interesting. What would Ultron make a good Transform? Oh, hell yeah. Hell, in the Transformers New Avengers crossover, Doom was a badass villain for the Autobots. They were just like, whoa, like, who is this guy? They were just throwing a flutter when they saw Doom. But Ultron would make a great great Transformer villain, Autobot villain, definitely. Yes, indeed. We move on to Respawn 17. From G1 all the way to Prime, what is your favorite incarnation of Optimus Prime? G1. Yep. All the way. That's my favorite. Close second would probably be Prime. Third would probably be Armada. Fourth would be Optimus Primal. And then following from all the other Optimus Prime, from animated to that other series that was on Fox called Transformers Robots in the Sky, where they really started to, that was more of an anime Transformers, where you had, you know, Optimus Prime, he turned to a fire truck, and, you know, he had like, he talked more like this, and they had like special moves like hydro cannon. I'm like, what? I was like, okay, you know, and you know, they're fighting robot villains like Skybite, who was like the Transformer shark, and his partners they would go right laser, center laser, left laser. I was like, okay, this is weird. It was more based on a comedy, you know, especially with the, you know, how I think Hot Shot had things for, like, you know, just cars, and he thought they were girls, but because it was always like this played up. He would chase this girl in this one car, and it was a human girl, but he thought the voice was coming from the car, and I was just like, this is stupid. It was interesting. Let's see what else we got here. Have you read Transformers Shattered Class? No, I haven't. That's on my list to read. I need to read that. And what would happen if Ruby from, well, here we go. They're always bringing Ruby up in one of these questions. It's hard to say, but I think she would be impressed. You know, it'd be cool. She'd flip out. But I still need to catch up on that series as well. That's another series I need to catch up on. So yeah. Let me see. What would Optimus Prime reaction if he ever saw Freedom Gundam and Liger Zero? Oh, okay. So now we're going Gundam and Zoids meet Transformers. That'd be badass. I would take that. I think Optimus would be very impressed at both of them, especially Liger, in terms of, like, you know, he's a quote unquote Ultimate X, and they're like the strongest of the Zoids, and they have this, you know, if they lose, they get better and better, and it's like, oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. But also he would also be impressed at finding out that there are pilots in these things, but it'd be cool. Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on. Hey, my good friend, my old friend Jacob Harper, how you doing, bro? It's always good to hear from you, dude. Did you like Beast Wars? Of course I did, Jake. That's a real stupid. No question is stupid. You know I like Beast Wars, Jacob. You know I did. We used to talk about it all the time. So yeah, you know I did. Why you bring that up? Favorite episode of Beast Wars. Like I said, one of them being the code of damn it, I'm trying to remember what it was. Hold on. Gotta get my Beast Wars DVDs. It was on the second season. Let me see if we can find it. Code of a Hero. That was the name of it. Code of a Hero. That was the episode that pretty much where, like I said, where Dinobot he took on all the Predacons. It was commando style, like he was ducking and covering. He put on like camo and stuff, but it was like kind of like guerrilla warfare. He was really in the trenches with them, and he took them all out. Like but he got badly injured and he was dying or going offline, as they say, you know. And he protected because Megatron realized the reason, in a sense, because what I was just talking about, the fact that the human race plays a big factor in the outcome of the Great War. So he decided, you know what, let's take that factor out by killing early man. I think they were, I wouldn't say they were Neanderthal man, but they were one of those, Cro-Magnon man. There we go. That's Cro-Magnon. Yeah. And they were going to kill him. They all like occupied this valley, and they were trying to kill him. They were going to kill him, and Dinobot risked his life, his spark, I should say, to make sure. And I loved it. They got the rest of the Maximals got there too late, but he did a number on the Max. He did a number on the Predacons. It was really good. I really enjoyed that episode. Code of a Hero won a daytime Emmy for the series. I thought, and I loved it where they're all just around him, and Dinobot, it's not like he's being, because Dinobot always like kind of, he hid behind this wall in a sense, like he didn't want to show his true feelings, but this time he let his feelings out, and it's really interesting. And then you see, because him and Ratchet always had like this big kind of like, I wouldn't say hatred for each other, but it was kind of like respect was there, but it was like shaky relationship. Thank you. Yeah, shaky relationship. And I loved where you got Ratchet right by his side, like holding his hand, and it's like, I'll say this once again, but it was meant to be like, yo, I'm gonna miss you. He basically was like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Once a pred stop, always a pred. And it was a really good scene. You just see Dinobot go offline. And then we got to see later on in the third season right here, the final season, Megatron was able to clone Dinobot and he became that Transmetal 2 Dinobot who had like that laser eye, kind of like a Deadshot, and but he started to have visions once again of his past life later on. But yeah, that was a good episode. There's so many good episodes on this series. I loved when they all went Transmetal. I love the episode where Cheetor goes Transmetal 2, and his spark was his spark was still too feral. Like he was acting more like his animal, and he would morph and morph, like he would morph into like it was almost like a werewolf. Like he didn't know what was going on until finally it happened. And you know, there were some scenes that Malcolm always laughs at in that episode. But those are good episodes. One of my favorites is like Cheetor was his transmetal form, and he was still feral, so he was still acting like a jungle cat. And he could move like really fast. Like he had a big rocket when he would run. He had like a rocket pack on it, so when he would run, it's literally he was like flying. Like he'd run like a cheetah, but the rocket pack was so jettisoned, and all he did was like just push off once and push off, and it's literally like he was flying a short distance before his first transmetal form, where he did have like those little jets. But I remember when he cut Megatron, and Megatron was like, oh, what is that thing? The actor's voice was so funny. It just made me laugh with that. But it was good. That series is good, Jacob. You know that, man. But I don't think I ever told you what my favorite episode was. We were young, so it was different. Let me see what else. Did you like the spinoff Beast Machines? No, I didn't. I did not like Beast Machines at all too much. All right, let me explain why. All right. Beast Machines is a spinoff of Beast Wars. It was basically after the Beast Wars was over. They headed back to Cybertron with Megatron on the back of their ship. They took the Ark back, I remember, and the Beast Wars was over. Somehow this Fox, because it came on Fox Kids up here in New York, they started advertising like Beast Machines, and I'm like, okay, what's this? Some new Transformers? I'm like, okay. And I'm like, this cheetah-looking dude looks familiar. I'm like, that Cheetor? And came on, and then realized, yeah, it was. And somehow they lost they're on Cybertron. They lost their memory, and then we don't get to see what happened. I think until like halfway into the season, what happened to them. They landed on, somehow Megatron was able to get off their ship because he was like hog-tied on the back like a catch, and he broke free, and he was able to beat them to Cybertron before, and he was able to conquer Cybertron and change it and everything. And a lot of stuff, it just felt so rushed. For example, Rhinox became a villain. I'm like, where'd this come from? It was just like, and his explanation of it, it just made no sense to me. I'm like, Rhinox was like, him and Optimus was like this. There was no signs of Rhinox feeling like he would betray, he would betray them. And then when they finally became like their new forms, and the funniest thing I think for me was when they tried to transform, when they went maximize, and it just was like that stop motion, like wah, 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 wah. And then finally we realized that in a sense you got to go Zen-like, and they had to go like believe in themselves and be like, I am transformed. And then they transform in their robot form. I'm like, what? I'm like, huh? I was like, no. It was Optimus, Cheetor, Black Arachnia, Rat Trap. He couldn't do it at first for a long time till finally he was able to do it. His robot form looked so stupid. Finally, Silverbolt came back because he was actually a villain. We got to see two new characters. I forgot the bat's name, but he was a bat. And then we saw a real, like, robotic, organic, like, mixture. She was a plant, Cybertronian plant. Because in the series, it was basically showed that Cybertron was at one point organic. It had organic to it. It wasn't all inorganic. And somehow, you know, it just Megatron and that looked like a floppy disk, like, until finally, like, when he would really get mad, he would turn back into his beast form, and I'm like, okay, what is this? But I watched the whole complete series. It only had one season, and overall, it was bad. It didn't have the great lust of its predecessor. It was bad. It was just bad to me. Yeah. Did Death Charge and Rampage have that Wolverine and Sabretooth vibe? Yeah, they did. When Rampage, which was the big crab, he was like they called him X. I think that was his protoform X. That was it. Yeah, that was it. And Death Charge was he would turn into a manta ray, a manta ray or a stingray, one of them. And they had these great underwater battles. Death Charge came in season 3. He came in season 3, and he was cool, but he didn't play well with others too. Like, I remember he helped Cheetor, and then Cheetor came and was like, "Hi, I'm Cheetor. Thanks for pulling me out of a drink." They're like, "Go chase a mouse," and smacked him away. He was like, "Look at this, what the hell?" Until finally, at one point, Optimus just couldn't take it anymore and just like started pushing him. They were like, you can't be an independent in this war and things like that. And but that feud between Rampage and Death Charge, oh yeah, man, it was there. It was seriously there. It was big time. Very much there. You could see that Wolverine Sabretooth bloodthirst vibe. It was like, and what's the ironic thing about it is they both died fighting each other in the last to second episode of season 3. So yeah, they. So thanks, Jacob, for the questions. Let's move on to Zach the Thunder King. Hey Zach, how you doing? Which Transformers do you think is underrated? Oh, Hound, Mirage, Cliff Jumper, Sunstreak, I would say Jetfire, but not really. He was like the biggest in the G1. He was like the biggest of the Transformers. Like he could have all of them in him and just fly. But yeah, those are a couple of them. Mirage was great. Hound was great too. I like those characters. They had these holographic abilities that were really cool. It worked well for them. So yeah, those are a couple. Have you ever read any Transformers comics? Of course. Got a couple of them. I got a bunch of them in my drawers over here. That's full of comics. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Who would you want as a guardian? If I was to have a guardian Transformer, RC. I liked RC. She was great. And I'm not talking about G1 RC. G1 RC is cool, but I would want Prime RC. I liked her. Yeah, Prime RC was great. I loved her. Definitely. Thanks for the questions, Zach. Next question is from Strider Hear You. Hey, Strider. Basically, no, wait. Strider Hear You Prime. Oh, sorry, I read wrong. If the Autobots fought Galactus and his heralds, who take it? Ooh, good question. The Autobots versus Power Cosmic. That's a hard one. Maybe I'd give it to Galactus and his heralds. Maybe. Slight edge. Next question is, do you feel there should be more ninja Autobots? Yeah. I think there is not really any anyway. But yeah, that'd be cool. Next question. If you could create an Autobot and a Decepticon, what would you call them and what do they transform into? Okay, so let's start with the Decepticon. All right. I'll probably say Death Bomber. Death Bomber. And since a lot of Decepticons are flyers, he would turn into a stealth bomber. He'd be a stealth bomber. So yeah, Death Bomber. Or Death Ray. That's another one too. Yeah. Well, as for the Autobot, yeah, Rapid Fire. Or is there? I think there is an Autobot called that. But if not, Rapid Fire. He would turn into a GTO. A GTO, and his main weapon would be many rapid Gatling guns around his arms, be like. So yeah, that'd be his. So yeah. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, that's it. Eli Bradley questions: Do you still cry when Optimus died in the 1985 movie? I still kind of get misty-eyed a little bit, but then I also really like, you stupid hotshot, you know, because it kind of his fault why Optimus got mortally wounded, you know. But it's Optimus, you know. So, would you like a Voltron Transformers crossover? I would actually want that in comic form. A Dynamite IDW crossover. Since Voltron is under Dynamite and Transformers under IDW, yeah, that'd be great. Favorite character on Transformers Prime besides Prime? Like I said, RC. I loved RC on Transformers Prime. She was great. She's great. Have you read the Transformers New Avengers crossover? Yes, own it. Mr. Black. Favorite Maximal. Favorite Maximal. I think I just answered this. Like I said, Cheetor, Dinobot, Tigatron, those people like that. Favorite Predacon? Favorite Predacon will have to. I like Rampage. He was great. Inferno, because he was just so freaking loyal. Like, because like something was wrong with his programming. Like he really had that ant mentality. That's why he would always call Megatron royalty or to the queen, and it was, and you know how an ant colony is. Everything is for the queen, and that's how he was. Burn, Maximus, burn. But you know, he was kind of funny. I liked Tarantulas too, because he was really conniving, and it was cool. Okay, Peter Cullen voicing Prime or Gary Chark voicing Prime. That's the actor who voiced Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime in Armada. Peter Cullen all the way. You can't beat that. I'm sorry, you can't. It's something about Peter Cullen when you hear him talk as Optimus Prime. It's just like, you know, I just love hearing Auto roll out. You know, you hear that, and you know, one shelf rise, the other will fall. I'm just, it's just like, you know, you geek out over that stuff. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Charks was good for his time as Optimus, but overall, Peter Cullen all the way. Same thing with Frank Welker. Love Frank Welker as Megatron. I'm sorry, he could do Megatron all he wants. I don't care. Yes, that's the same guy who voices Fred from Scooby-Doo. But yes, good stuff. You know, there's still sometimes I really wish Frank Welker did the voice for Megatron in the movies. And he did voice. He did do like voice voice recording for it. It's on the first Transformers movie, the DVD and Blu-ray. It's on there, and you see him doing voices for it. And Bay just, he didn't like it, so he said no.
He did do it for the game.
He did do it for the game though. Let's see, next question. Mr. Black, what else would this? But why? Who do you feel is a good director for? Oh, I kind of answered that. Like I said, Abraham, probably somebody who's really into the mecha stuff. Maybe Guillermo del Toro. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He could probably pull it off too. But yeah, basically keep the essence of the Transformers, pretty much. Indeed. Yeah. All right, so that is all the questions on the announcement vid. Now, let's see if there's some questions on the vid itself, or on the, yep, got a bunch. Oh crap, got a bunch. I knew it. Crap. Okay, here we go. Okay, we'll start off with Sin Quan. Your question is, from the Urban Dragon to the Omni Geek Highlord. Have a happy new year. Here are my questions, as always. Would you like to see a crossover between Transformers Gundam of any kind? Yeah, I answered that already. Yeah, Gundam crossover and Transformers crossover would be great. For me, let's see which one I would want. Oh, Gundam G. Gundam GG. That would work. Yeah, that'd be cool. Next question is, would you like, okay, do you follow the IDW Transformers comic? Yeah, I have. Like I said, I have them, in my, but I'm behind on them. Definitely don't. Who would you choose if Michael Bay did not? Oh, I kind of answered that one too. Did you like Beast Wars or Beast? I answered that too. I said I liked Beast Wars. I just showed my love for them. I got them on DVD. This is season 1 and season 2 and 3. I have season 1 is down there on the other side of my room. But Beast Machines, like I said, I just gave my on that one. Thanks, Tris. Keep up the good work. Peace. Thank you, Ken. All right. Okay. Omnitron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, dude, how you doing? If they rebooted the Transformers movie with a good director behind it, would you want to see them in the same universe as with G.I. Joe, like a cinematic universe? Oh, okay. So you're basically saying keep them in the same universe as the G.I. Joe. Who's G.I. Joe under? What is that, Paramount? That would be kind of interesting. Like they share a universe, and we probably could get a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie. G.I. Joe.
Talking about G.I. Joe as if it's one person,
but yeah,
he never gives up.
Oh yeah, you talking about but that'd be cool. I think that would be cool if they do reboot Transformers, which from what I hear, Bay is making another one. That's what I've heard. He's making another one. But I don't care because I ain't going to pay for it to watch it. But that'd be kind of interesting.
Pay for the CO2.
Yeah, it's their third one is on all the time, and I don't watch it. I'm like, yeah, forget that crap. Scoot up. All right, next question. Omnitron, you say is, how would you do a Transformers in the Avatar, Beast Wars, animated, or Transformers in the Avatar, Beast Wars animated, or I'm getting mixed up with that, because if you mean how would I do a Transformers in the G1? I don't think I would change anything that happened on G1. I wouldn't change anything that happened in Beast Wars. The only thing I would change in Beast Wars is that so many people wouldn't have died. Like, man, all the good guys, all the good bots were dying. Like, if you look at by the start of the second season, the Maximals outnumbered the Predacons. And then later on, Thursday, they outnumbered the Predacons again. Until I remember when then Tiger Hawk came. He was emergence of both Tigertron and Air Razor. He had like all these power. He was kind of like the Silver Surfer of of it, because he came from the product of those aliens that were trying to take over. But Avatar, I can't see Transformers being an Avatar. Maybe Korra, maybe, because they did the whole mecha thing in Korra, but I just still can't see it. I still can't see it. Animated, I have my problems with animated too. I really did. I know they were trying to have it where, this is Optimus supposed to be a young Optimus. He's inexperienced with leadership and things like that.
That's not the one with the rap intro, is it?
Huh?
That's not the one with the rap intro, is it?
No, that's not that one. Transform. No, No, I'm talking about the one that came on Cartoon Network, and Transformers.
And
robots in the skies.
Decepticon with the gasoline truck.
Yeah, Transformers. And you saw the robots in the skies. Yeah, that one where they had the little Indian girl. That one, that one was all right, but they mixed too much stuff. They were mixing G1, Beast Wars, and everything together, and I was like, nah, because Black Arachnia was in that, and she looked just like her Transmetal form in Beast Wars, and I think Cree Summers voiced her, and it was just weird. It was that I could, and I didn't, and Tom Kenny voiced Bumblebee. Yeah, so you had SpongeBob SquarePants voicing an Autobot. Do you think a steampunk Transformer series could work? Depends on who writes it, because there's some people that could write steampunk very well, and I think that would be I think that'd be worth seeing. If Transformers was under Dynamite, I guarantee you Dynamite would do it, because Dynamite is already starting to steampunk some of their characters. They're doing a steampunk one shot for Vampirella, a steampunk one shot for Green Hornet, a steampunk for Red Sonja. All right, let's move on to the next question. Mako, I think that Autobots are more forgiving when mistakes are made, and as opposed to the Decepticons, who are basically out for themselves. To get yeah, well, you just making a statement. Hey, Nick, hey, Danny. Oh hell, yeah, okay. People just talking about that. Okay, let me go. Hold on, let me reload. Probably got some more questions. You guys keep asking questions, though. I ain't finished. Ain't done yet. Let's see. When mistakes are made. God damn it. Sorry about that. As opposed to the Decepticons. Sorry. Okay, got some questions. I'm gonna look it up. We do. Let's see. I'm gonna check on my phone because it'll come up a little quicker, guys. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, sorry it's taking so long, guys. I apologize. I'm trying to flip up. Okay, here we go. What do you? Oh, okay. Some Twitter questions too. Sorry about that. Oh, hey, this is from Brian. Son of Light 85. Hey, Brian. Would you like a Transformers fighting game series? Transformers fighting game. I am a big fighting game fanatic, so I take it. you're talking like kind of like in terms of like, yeah, just like you know, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. Yeah, you just gotta. I would want to be open world in a sense, not just
Be like virtual.
that. Yeah, like Virtuon. Yeah, that's a best good inspiration. Yeah, Virtuon will work. If anybody doesn't know what Virtuon is, any of my fellow gamers out there that had the Sega Saturn, like me, there was a game called Virtuon. Robots fights. You can move all around the screen and things like that. It was a great game. I enjoyed that very much. Let's see what else Brian has. Oh, that ain't it. That ain't it. Aha. There you go. Let me see it. I know I got some more Twitter questions I saw. Again from Brian Hutchison Jr., aka Son of Light, at Son of Light 85. Check him out, guys. Really cool guy. British born, tattooed nerd. That's what he calls himself. His next question is, it's about Beast Wars. What other animals would you want to see? Oh, okay. Basically, what other animals should have been? Okay. The thing is, there were Beast Wars comics from IDW that explained that there were other Predacons and Maximals on the prehistoric Earth before Optimus and them came there. There was a lion. He was there. I forgot his name. There was an elephant. There was some more insects representing kind of like what's the name? The Predacons. So yeah, there were good stuff there. Brian, you also asked, did you hate Waspinator as much as I did? I didn't hate Waspinator, Brian. I just thought, you know, he was the comic relief, but after a while, I would say personally for me, it got a little old. It did get old. It was like he's always, you know, getting flat, cut up, and I'm like, wait, what the hell? Like, why is he not dying? You know, Waspinators, you do what Waspinator tell you to do. You know, it's like, oh, you know, he was one of the few that never became transformed into a transmetal. And then he stayed on planet when they left, and he became like the Cro-Magnon man's leader. And then later on, you saw in Beast Machines, he came back to Cybertron because the Cro-Magnon man found out he was a false god, so they tried to kill him. I was like, shh. So thanks, Brian, for those questions. Omnitron, you say, hey man, okay, so Marvel did a Transformers line a while ago with Transformer versions of Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, and so on. So if they really were Marvel versions of Transformers, would you want to see them, basically? Maybe, yeah, maybe. Mm. Mm, mm. Oh, okay. How would I adapt the Beast Wars animated into the? Oh, like I said, still hard because it's still hard because it's hard to put like really electronic mechanisms into the Avatar universe. You know, everything is so based on bending. For me, it's kind of hard. I'm just talking for myself. Okay. Next question, Andre. If Superman were transported was transported to the Transformer universe, stuck there, how do you think the Decepticons will react, and how would they deal with him? Fat chance, because he's stuck in the Transformers world, but there is an Earth, so he can get along. But the Decepticons can't deal with him because there's no kryptonite, there's no magic, so yeah, the Decepticons be fucked. They'd be fucked big time. Yeah, they'd be fucked. They'd be messed. They'd be fucked. It's over. It's over. Let's go like that. All right, let's move on. Hey Nathan, how you doing? Okay, next question. Unicron versus Galactus. Who wins? I did this fight actually as part of my fantasy fight series. That was a good debate. Still a great debate. That video still gets a lot of talk. Who would win? The power cosmic versus, good stuff. Still, I still stay out of that. I never really get into it because it's like both of them are so powerful, and they both can be beaten. It's not like they can't be beaten, But yeah. So I'll leave that up to the viewers out there. Okay, big question. What Transformer version of a Marvel or DC hero would you want to see on Cybertron? Okay. Transformer version. Okay, let's start with Marvel. Marvel, Captain Marvel. DC, Mr. Terrific. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try once again. What's your opinion on human Transformers? Sick. You mean the Pretenders? That's what you mean. That's what they're called. That's sick, man. Basically, they're cyborgs. That's what they are. So yeah, it's scary. It's scary too. But a good disguise, just scary. Let's see. Okay, Nathan, what do you think of Mark Wahlberg possibly returning to the Transformers franchise? I'd rather have The Rock, the savior of the franchise. Happy New Year, by the way, to you and your loved ones. Okay. Mark Wahlberg. I don't hate Mark. Actually, I like Mark Wahlberg. There are just some roles that he's good at, and there's some roles that I kind of like. For me, how many times have I gone to say it, guys? I thought when I heard he was cast as Max Payne, I'm like, that's good casting. See the movie. What the hell is this? I didn't see the fourth one, so I don't know how he was portrayed. I seen clips, and the clips I saw, I'm like, okay, not bad. Now, if The Rock was to come over to the Transformers series, I can't see him just being some nobody that just come upon the Transformers. he'd have to be somebody's, you know, he'd have to be somebody that's there like a soldier or something, you know. But yeah, you know, you know how I got a big man crush on The Rock, man. So I'm not gonna go there with that one. Not even gonna go there. No way. Man crush, people. Yeah. If the Autobots and Decepticons were teleported to the Terminator universe, what do you think would they be affected? I answered this question already. The Autobots would help the humans of that, you know, John Connor, definitely. But then you got like Skynet, I think, would maybe try to corrupt the Decepticons and the Autobots to follow their league. And if that happens, John Connor and the gang are fucked. They're fucked big time. All hail the robots, you know, all hail the machines, big time. But if not, I still think Megatron will try to, he'll work with Skynet and all that. You know, like, yeah, we work together, we'll crush the humans. But then on the side, I want you to destroy that thing, destroy it. This world is mine. You know, it's typical Megatron of the fashion. But I can see Optimus talking to John Connor. John being a little bit, you know, being a little cautious, you know, because these robots we're talking about, but giant robots to be exact. But, you know, my name is Optimus Prime, you know. I'm John Connor. We will help you, you know, things like that, you know. But he would be cautious, especially all his lieutenants and his freedom fighters as well, because like, can we really trust these things, you know? But I think John would also see the fact that they're kind of different because of everything, you know. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool. So all right, let's keep going. See, come on, you guys can keep hitting me with questions. I'm not done yet. Almost done. Oh, wait, hold on. Just make sure I didn't get. See, I knew I missed some. Twitter questions again. Go to Twitter once again. Got a Twitter email, so it's Transformer fan at Transformer fan, Transformer Geek, excuse me, at Transformer Geek asks me, asks me, wait, hold on, damn it, it's really funny. You talked about the Transformers Robot in Disguise anime came on Fox. I remember it. It wasn't that bad. But your opinion, it's your opinion, I respect it. But was there any characters in that show that you actually liked? It wasn't bad. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It felt too cartoony at times. Like I said, they had like special moves. Like, you know, they were doing like hydro cannon, wrecker slash, and you know, and they would like repeat it. Like it was almost like them throwing a fireball and say Hadouken. But I think when Ultra Magnus came into the picture, I did enjoy it. Because that's when it really got serious. And in that series, Ultra Magnus was a clone of Optimus. And he looked more like Optimus, G1 Optimus. Really, really, except that he was black. He turned into he was a semi, but a black, like, semi, like, what semi he looked like? Like, you ever see a semi truck that carries gasoline? That's how he looked like. And he would say, Ultra Magnus transform, and when he transformed, like his eyes would turn red. I was like, ooh. And then they actually would team up from time to time. Him and Optimus, they would actually merge into one being. I know I'm missing questions. I think I missed somebody's question. I'm gonna go back real quick. So I know I'm missing something. I think I missed a question. I want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. Somebody asked me some questions. I know somebody did. I saw it. I remember seeing it. I think it was, I know somebody asked me about Transformers teams, like the Dinobots, the Autobots, you know. I know it's something. I'm trying to remember. Okay, here we go. Lost Senpai. See, I knew I skipped one of his questions. Sorry, bro. I skipped two of them. I apologize. What was your favorite Transformers team? Examples of Dinobots, or Constructicons, things like that. Dinobots. Dinobots were my favorite. I liked the Constructicons. They were good. You know, they were cool too. But yeah. The one thing I also liked about the Transformers animated, the Robot in Disguise anime, Transformer fan, at Transformers fan that you asked, I did like the Bullet Brothers, the Bullet Trains. They were these bullet trains. They were brothers, and they can turn in, you know, Rapid Run, Midnight Fire, and I'm forgetting the other one. But they can also merge and they can transform into a bigger robot, which was cool. It was weird because I think it took place in Japan. So, your next question, Lost Senpai, I knew I missed it. What do you think Iron Man? How do you think Iron Man will react to the Transformer? In the new Avengers Transformer crossover, he reacted fine in a sense. He actually even created a giant Transformer Iron Man suit and fought Megatron with it. I was like, oh, that was badass. So let me okay. Let me go back. I know there's some more questions. I saw some questions come up before I wrap this bad boy up. Come on, fail me now. Besides that, you got to know what next year's theme Q&A is going to be about. And I'm kicking it off big time. So get ready for that one. Get ready for that answer. Okay. 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 What's up, Chris? Okay. Hey, it's Jay. Hey, Jay. Have you read the ID More Than Meets the Eye series? Yes, I have. Also, is it worth checking out? I've read both ongoing IDW Transformer series. One is about what's going on Cybertron, where it's Bumblebee leading the group. He's leading, and the other one is about what Prime is, Ultra Prime. I think I forget his name, but he was hot shot at one point. He's leading a group of Transformers around looking for these ancient Transformer like gods. It was kind of cool. So yeah, they're both worth it. Artwork is good too. Who would you like to see a Transformer series in the same vein as Star Trek or Green Lantern animated, where the Autobots are traveling across space to various planets? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be kind of something that's going on in one of the comics, actually. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Tramiel, you say, so who are some notable female Transformers, and how come they aren't very much female Transformers? Actually, there are. They got to watch the G1 series where you get to see them. Alita, who actually had her and Optimus kind of were there. That's where you get to see RC. There's a couple of them. There's like a bunch of them. They were the ones that were keeping, while Optimus and the gang were on Earth, they were the ones keeping the Decepticons that were still on Cybertron at bay. Really good stuff. Gotta watch that. But they don't showcase them too much now, but I think now they're starting to, because of Prime, RC became really popular. That version of RC became very popular. And she was great in that series. I loved her in that series. You know, she was like a big sister to Jax. Yeah, Jack. You know, and she always, you know, kept her word. You know, she'd keep him safe when she would talk to Jack's mom. You know, I liked, you know, she was very agile and things like that. You know, her arm would turn into her weapons. It was really cool. And the voice actor who voiced her, great stuff. It suited her well. But if you watch the RC from G1, she was totally different. Like, she was white and pink. And then in the Transformers Bay's movies, you barely got to know her. She got killed off dumb quick. It's like Bay brought in a lot of these new Autobots just for cannon fodder. It was like,
it seemed like also more fan service.
I was just like, you know what? Get out of here, man. I can't take that. If Grimlock and Transformers version of Hulk, then, but okay, I'm trying to say, if Grimlock is the Transformer version of Hulk, then who is the Transformer version of Thor? Oh, good. I would say the big Transformer, Skyfire. No, Skywarp. Damn it. Jetfire, excuse me. There we go. Because he was like huge and kind of godlike to them, because he was bigger than all the Transformers. Or what's the Transformers? You can put Unicron there, but he's a villain. He's more like the Galactus. But there's another Transformer that is in the G1 series. He was like this big giant space like rocket. I've forgotten his name right now off the top of my head. I can't remember. But yeah, he can kind of be that way. Danny, you say there was a steampunk Transformer. If it was Heart of Steel, it was published by, yeah, see, there we go. I knew it was one. See, I knew it. Yeah, there it is. It was an alternate generation. Yeah, there we go. I knew it. What would happen if Optimus Prime's body was badly damaged beyond repair, and the spark must have been transformed to a mobile suit? Mobile Gundam suit. Which one do you think would best suit him? The Gundam Mark II Heavy. Oh, okay. So if he was, and they could transfer his spark and transform the matrix of leadership into a Gundam. I would say Shining Gundam, God Gundam. That'd be badass. Heavy Arms maybe could work. Bolt Gundam maybe. There's a couple. I would say. Yeah. Okay. The bullet train name was Rail Spike. Thank you, Dano. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, Rail Spike, Rapid Run, Midnight Express, and they combined into Trail Racer. Thank you, Dano. That was who I was trying to remember. Yeah. Hold on, got some more. Okay, going back to Twitter. Wait. Oop. All right. How would you do? No. Okay. Oop. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. Green Flame Dragon 270. Correct? That's your name. All right. It's a badass name. Like that. All right. How would you do a Metroid Transformers crossover?
You see that?
Samus and the Autobots together. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
The only person I can see them making, go direct to the Autobots would be Wrigley.
Yeah, I would. It'd have to be somebody, because Wrigley is the only Metroid villain I could actually really see it being a threat, unless Megatron teams up with the race that nearly killed Samus's family and people and stuff like that. But Wrigley's the only one I could actually see. It'd be interesting too, but it'd be kind of hard because you got to set up why they're meeting. All crossovers sound good in your head, but it's always about, now it's got to be a good setup. What's the setup? Why are they coming together? It's got to be a good setup.
You got the what.
Yeah, you got the what.
How,
now you got need the how,
and the
why, and then where, and then of course, now you got to remember, Samus takes place in the future. The Transformers is not necessarily the future, but they're a race that's been around for years, but they're currently in the present. So you see where I'm going at with that one, dude? But it's a good question. I've always said on my Q&As, there are no stupid questions, but it's just, you gotta set it up really well. That goes for any crossover. As much as I would love to see them, it's still, how, why, where.
Just I want to see if it's
Just put them together and just put them together and things like that. I mean, they're just. I think Dynamite just finished the Robotech transfer, Voltron crossover. Still need to read that, but yeah. Now wrap this up. No, what I said. I said I'm gonna wrap it up at 9:30. It is not 9:30 yet, so you guys can keep hitting me with questions. I'm gonna go over to Twitter once again because I'm getting buzzed with some more questions. Let's see. Oh, Transformers at Transformers fan again. Next question he asks me is, what's your problem? What's your problem with beast machines? Okay, I think I'm offending this guy. I just didn't like how it flowed. I didn't like how all this is supposed to have been knowledgeable in terms of Transformer history and Cybertronian history. You know, in terms of that, Cybertron at one point was organic. It was an organic planet before it became inorganic. I think we can all assume that it was. I mean, it had to have some sort of, it has a core. It has, so, but I just didn't like how it goes from this great series, which was known as Beast Wars, to this. And I didn't like, they forcefully made Rhinox a villain. That just made no sense. Silverbolt comes back, and he's now, unlike his Beast Wars counterpart, he's more like hard and kind of stale now, because once he got turned back to what he got turned into in Beast Machines was an eagle. He became an eagle. I think, yeah, it was an eagle. He wasn't a Fusor anymore. And most of the time it was Black Arachnia doing everything she could trying to get him back, you know. And it was at one point, it was like he even loved working for Megatron. I'm like, what? Like, huh? Like, it's stuff like that. It was like, that's forced. That's too forced for me. And your next question is about Silverbolt. Did you like Silverbolt? I liked Silverbolt as the Fusor. I wish they brought in more of the Fusors, because once again, the toy lines, you saw more of the Fusors. There was more toy lines that had Fusor. They only brought in Silverbolt and Quick Strike, but there were other Fusors I would have loved to see. But Silverbolt, I liked his like knight persona. I like that really regal knight persona. Like he, you know, and anytime he had a his theme, it was like dun, 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 you know, it's like, and he fell head over heels for Black Arachnia. It was like, and I remember one time where it was so funny because Black Arachnia decided to join the Maximals. She was going to join, and she's like, okay, for you, I'll join the Maximals. And so she went offline, and this fool, thinking that she died, he's like, no, Black Arachnia, and he starts howling and I think it was Rhinox that said, that's very noble, Silverbolt, but she just went offline to change her activation program, you know, so when she transforms, she said maximize instead of terrorize. And he was like, oh. And it was just like stuff like that was just so funny. But I remember when they first met, she was just beating the crap out of Silverbolt, and he was just like, come on, fight back. And then he's just like, he just standing there getting that was so funny. That stuff has me laughing. And he was so overprotective of Black Arachnia that just really, I was just like, you know what, screw you, man. Like, anytime, like, there was a scene where Black Arachnia says she kind of likes Cheetor, you know, things like that. Even when he transformed into his Transmetal 2 form, he's all like blocking her with his wing, or, you know, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go with Black Arachnia. And
he was like the 90s animated version of Cyclops times 10.
Yeah, he was like Cyclops, so overprotective of Black Arachnia. I'm like, yo, what are you so overprotective of her for? It's so yeah, she can handle herself. It's like she's better than you, and it was like, good God, like, they're so stupid at times. That was where at times I would say they really started to kill his character, that noble character. I like noble character. His nobility became more, yeah, there we go. His nobility became more comedic and stupid. It was like, it's like, God damn, like, okay, like, we know you and her are together, okay? You know, it's just stupid. Yeah, she could take care of herself. It just really bothered me. Really did at times. Transformers fan, I like your attitude. I like your this is on Twitter, guys. I'm reading it. I like your opinion, and I like you. I can see that you truly are a Transformers fan. I think I should be. I mean, I've been reading them, and watching them since I was 5, 6 years old. It's like I was at the prime of their existence. Quote unquote.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
I'm putting it. So,
So let me go on. Brian Hutchison Jr. at Son of Light 85. I'm gonna plug him because he's a good guy. He's one of my new writers for my Marvel site. He asks me, would you like to see a Beast Wars live action movie? Ooh, yeah, actually, because actually it would maybe more focused on the stars than the humans, because once again, it's prehistoric Earth, not. But then it also goes into the history of the Autobots, that they're the descendants of Decepticons and the Maximals. So it was interesting. And your next question, Brian, is I didn't like the name of the Maximals. Why don't they just kept them the Autobot? I didn't mind that the descendants of the Autobots are Maximals. It sounded cool, it was like Maximals. Okay, what would you have called them? Okay, I actually, you know what, Brian, I'll throw that question out to the listeners and viewers.
that's Brian Kirk.
No, not Brian Kirk. Brian Hutchison Jr. What would you have called the descendants of the Autobots from Beast Wars instead of Maximals? What would you call them? Because technically, there were already Predacons before the Beast Wars. In G1, there was Insecticons, there were Predacons, there were Constructicons. All them. It was good. Transformers fan. Once again, this is another guy. Transformers fans. US. Did you like Devastator's design in Transformers, the second movie? I don't know. The Constructicons in that were just like, once again, as my brother just said, if you guys didn't hear, they felt more like just your fan service. What was the biggest thing they did in that movie? They were the ones that freed Megatron. Okay, from the big trench. That's real. That's a real trench. It's like the deepest spot on the planet. But after that, then they became Devastator. They transformed into Devastator, and to me, he looked like it was weird because he could barely stand. He was crawling on the floor and things like. It was like, I understand that Bay was trying to say, okay, this guy is heavy, so maybe he can't keep his weight. I didn't understand that sucking ability. Like, yeah, he could suck up things. I'm like, what is he, Kirby? I was like, no disrespect to Kirby, legend, but no, it was just like, no. And he couldn't talk either. I was like, how come he's not talking? And he got taken out real quick too. Like, once I think that the Navy shot him with a rail cannon.
No, it was funny. You know what's funny about that? That they said, why didn't if that rail cannon was there all that time, and Simmons knew that, why they didn't use it again? All they Simmons did was just get the ladder to him on the location.
But a rail gun, I think it shoots like 2 shots, and then it needs to kind of.
No, they were saying why they didn't use it again.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I didn't mind it, but it's just that he looked clunky. He looked really clunky, and I didn't like the fact that he couldn't stand. He literally, honestly, guys, he looked like a big baby. Okay, I'm slipping. Yeah, you could have played DMX's song. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up, and that's all you. I got to get up. It's like, yeah, this dude can't get up. So yeah, Transformers fan. Oh, man, now you're hitting me with a bunch of questions. Okay. Um, it's about the movies now. Um, thoughts on Ravage being in, once again, what a useful, what? He was useless. Him and Soundwave. It was like, okay, Soundwave in the Soundwave, one of my favorite Decepticons. Love Soundwave. G1 Soundwave, love it. Ravage, Airstream, popping out. I was loving it. Rumble. Psh. You see, people don't remember that Soundwave. See, once again, this is for all my G1 fans. Soundwave, there was 3 cassettes that came out of him. Ravage, Laserbeak, and Rumble. That he was like a robotic seismo. He can cause earthquakes. Seismo monitor. Yeah. So, and I saw what Laserbeak looked like in the movie. He was like big and black and stuff. I was like, eh. But when they brought in Ravage, and Ravage actually, oh yeah, speaking of Ravage, and I'm sorry that I'm digressing from your question, but you got to get used to that, guys. Everybody gets used to that. Well, my Q&As, I kind of go more into detail or digress into more. But in Beast Wars, Ravage actually was in that show. He was kind of like Predator. He had like stealth camo, and he had like 2 laser rifles, because after the Great War, some of the Decepticons were granted amnesty, and he became a Predacon, and he could talk. He had like this very legal, like almost like a Russian accent, but he would talk, let us talk, and and it was kind of cool. But Ravage in the movie, I hated his design. He had one eye. I was like, what the hell? Like, and gruesome death. It was stupid. It was like useless. And the same thing for, and once again, you want me to go more into detail? Okay. Look, okay, at Transformers fan. In the first Transformers movie, we had Scorponok in there, correct? Yeah. Okay. We had Scorponok, and they cut off his tail in the first movie. They blew him up, if I'm not mistaken. Somehow in the second movie, he's back. He was that one Transformer that came out of the sand and killed injured Sky Jetfire. And
were they even in the same desert?
Yeah, somewhere. I think the same, like kind of somewhere. It was somewhere in Egypt. Yeah. It was still Afghan, like somewhere, but still, it was like, where this come from? No, once again, that's Bay for you. No explanation. No.
Wait, did he die in the first one?
Basically, it said, and you have to read it on the wiki and stuff. Somehow, Scorponok laid low in the desert, healing himself. Huh? What's that? Where that come from? Stuff like that, I did not like. Transformers fan, did you like the brothers? Oh, them. Oh boy, yeah. I'm forgetting those brothers in those movies, but Mud Flap, and Mud Skip, or whatever the hell their names are. He dead, man. He gone, man. I think though they got a lot of heat. They got a lot of heat. A lot of critics found that very, like, they were poking fun at, it's like they're racist characters, like in terms of like one of them had like a gold tooth and stuff. I'm like, ooh. They were like black stereotypes. I was like, speaking of being half black myself, so it was like, I didn't look at it like that, but I was just like, I could see where some of them were coming from. Transformers fam, who voiced Jazz in the original G1? That's easy. Catman Crow. He was Catman Crow. He was the one that voiced Jazz in the man who played Huggy Bear, who voiced Hong Kong Fooey, that was him. He's legend right there. He voiced and he was a good Jazz. I like him as Jazz. Yeah, but Jazz in the Bay movie just and you all know who voiced Jazz in the Bay movie, right? The actor who played Eddie Winslow on Family Matters. And what happened? He got killed. He was the smallest out of the Autobots in the front. I'm like, wait a minute. That belongs to Bumblebee. Not. Yeah, and it was over. And then literally you got Ratchet Optimus. We couldn't save him. I'm like, how? The dude, I'm like, the dude just got ripped in half. Shouldn't y'all be able to just, fix him back? It's not his spark, right? Whatever. So,
no, I come quick.
Killed the black.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, even in Transformers,
yeah.
The black man.
So yeah, that's it. So thank you at Transformers fan for the questions on Twitter. I guess you're watching my vid on Twitter. That's fine. Thanks, Brian Hutchison Jr., aka at Son of Light 85. Thank you for those questions. I'm gonna wrap these questions up that are given to me on here, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, and then I'm gonna have to give you guys what is the theme for next year's theme Q&A, and I think you all are gonna like this one very much. So let me wrap these questions up, and there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Then we got some more. Don't fool with me now. All right, let me see how many go. Okay, we got the 4 questions here. Okay, Omnitron, Law Senpai, the Spawn. Okay, I'm gonna answer these last questions, guys, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, you say, what would happen if there was a time travel accident that forced the Maximals and Autobots together with the Predacons, etc., are going to war together? Ooh, I'd like that. I'd love to see that. That could be a like a lost. That could, you know what? That could have been a lost episode. Imagine Beast Wars, the lost episodes where the Maximals and their descendants, the Autobots, work together against the Predacons and their descendants, the Decepticons. That'd be cool. I like that. Well, Simba, how about Transformers in the Metal Gear Solid universe? Maybe, because the Metal Gear universe is kind of weird too, because it says 2000 something, but it looks like it's more futuristic. So yeah, I could probably take it, Law Senpai. Omnitron, you say, hey man, gotta go, but here's one last question from you. What would happen if Grimlock and the Dinobots were stranded in the Beast Wars time? Would they join the Maximals or be their own team? I think they would join the Maximals, but they could also be like another factor into it. For the like they would be like they would help the Maximals because I think they could, but they would be way bigger than Optimus Primal and all of them, because remember, they were small. They were like human size. They weren't until Optimus Primal became put in old Optimus's spark and he got bigger. What do you think of Power Master Optimus Prime? Not bad. All right. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody for the questions. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank all the people who viewed this theme Q&A. Another theme Q&A down, more to come. Have I given up on my just regular Q&As? As of right now, not really saying I've given up on them, but the theme Q&As have worked, and so I'll keep them going. So what's the theme for next year, actually? That's easy. You really want to know? Okay. It is, the next theme Q&A is one of my favorite gaming franchises ever. And it is none other than Mass Effect. Yes, next theme Q&A, January, theme Q&A, Mass Effect. I will be putting up the announcement vid for that, but you heard it here first as well. If you can't make it, you leave your questions there, but it's all about Mass Effect next time, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to see how many of you out there are Mass Effect fans. Not just asking what if questions. I'm looking for, who's your favorite? This and this and that. What was this? How'd you like this? Well, I'm looking for all that, especially when it comes to Mass Effect. But other than that, guys, take care. Have a happy new year. And other than that, I'll see you guys around. Take care.